Alright everyone, it is time to get hype because we are now solidly into the first week of the new summer 2018 anime season, and that means it's time to get this anime derby officially underway. I haven't actually watched any of the shows at this point. This video is purely going to be based on speculation. Basically, tonight we are going to watch the trailers for all 34 shows that I'm going to be reviewing. We're also going to look at the director and the studio involved. Hopefully that'll give us a guiding light, and we're going to figure out what we should and should not be excited for. We have a hell of a lot to cover tonight, so I'm going to keep this intro short. Let's get right into it. The shows on this list are going to be organized by how popular they are. So basically, at the beginning of the list, you will get the shows that both American and Japanese audiences are the most excited for, combined rating. And at the bottom of the list are the ones that really nobody's looking forward to, but we're going to cover them anyway. My rating system is as follows. And with that said, I hope you enjoy the video. Number 1, Bananafish Studio, MAPPA, Director Hiroko Utsumi. Coming in at number 3 on the list of most anticipated shows in Japan and number 6 on the list of America, that makes Bananafish the most anticipated anime show of the summer 2018 season, and for good reason. The plot summary is as follows. Nature made Ash Lynx beautiful. Nurture made him a cold, ruthless killer. A runaway brought up as the adopted heir and sex toy of Papa Dino Golzine. Ash, now at the rebellious age of 17, forsakes the kingdom held out by the devil who raised him. But the hideous secret that drove Ash's older brother mad in Vietnam has suddenly fallen to Papa's insatiably ambitious hands, and it's exactly the wrong time for Eiji Okamura, a pure-hearted young photographer from Japan, to make Ash Lynx's acquaintance. This show looks awesome. The director is great, the studio is great, and that trailer was just dripping with atmosphere and tension and different poses and lighting. Everything in it looked like a visionary director trying to tell a serious story to make us feel something truly special. I could not be more excited for this show. Director Hiroko Utsumi has some serious directing credits to her name, including Free Iwatobi Swimming Club, as well as being an episode director on some of KyoAni's most famous shows, including Nichijou, K-On!, and Hyoka. Big thumbs up for me for this one. I could not be more excited for this show, and it's definitely in my top 3 most anticipated shows of the season. Number 2, Yuuna and the Haunted Hot Springs. Studio, Zebek. Director, Tsuyoshi Nagasawa. Coming in at number 6 on the Japanese list and number 5 on the American list, Yuuna and the Haunted Hot Springs is a story of Fuyuzora Kogarashi, who has the ability to see the supernatural and has been possessed by ghosts since he was a kid. This has caused a lot of trouble in his life, but now he has learned to fight back against the evil spirits. Unfortunately, now he's also very poor, homeless, and hoping for a happier, more normal high school life. In his search for housing, he's introduced to a very cheap boarding house called Yuragi Manor, which was formerly a popular hot springs. It's so cheap because the house is haunted by the spirit of a high school student whose corpse was found there. He meets the ghosts of the boarding house and helps them solve their unfinished business before they turn evil and descend into hell. Yeah, I'm not really sure how I feel about this one. In case it wasn't obvious from my very first anime countdown, I'm really not the biggest fan of the ecchi genre. And frankly to me, this show just looked like your typical busty, fan-servicey, harem comedy romance thingy. Sometimes these are really funny, sometimes they're just obnoxious. The thing that's keeping my expectations lower this time is the studio and the director involved. Neither of them has really made anything of note before, so I can't expect that they're going to this time. So there is a chance that I'm proven wrong, but I am keeping my expectations low for now just based on what I've seen so far. Hopefully I'll be proven wrong. We'll see. Number 3, Cells at Work. Studio, David Production. Director, Kenichi Suzuki. This is a story about you, a tale about the inside of your body. According to a new study, the human body consists of approximately 37 trillion cells. These cells are hard at work every day within the world that is your body. From the oxygen-carrying red blood cells to the bacteria-fighting white blood cells, get to know the unsung heroes and the drama that unfolds inside of you. It's the oddly relatable and interesting story that is the life of cells. Okay, that actually looks pretty darn fun. It looks cute as heck. It really looks original. It looks like it's going to be hilariously over the top. And it's by the director of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and the studio behind them, so I would expect nothing but wonderful hilarity and originality from them. I'm all in on this. So call me crazy, but Cells at Work definitely looks like a show that deserves its spot in the top 5 most hyped shows. It looks like a ton of fun, well animated, well styled. Definitely check the show out on Crunchyroll. It definitely looks like it's going to be great. Number 4, How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. Studio, Agiado. Director, Yuta Murano. Coming in at number 2 on America's Most Hyped list and number 10 on Japan's Most Hyped list, How Not to Summon a Demon Lord is the story of a hikikomori gamer named Takuma Sakamoto, who is mysteriously transported into the world of his favorite MMORPG, Cross Reverie, with the appearance of his own character in the game, the legendary Demon Lord Diablo. The 2 young girls who summoned him, the Pantherian Rem and the elf Shera, attempt to use a spell to make Takuma their servant, but due to his passive magic reflection ability, the spell rebounds, and thus the girls end up as his slaves instead. Completely lacking social skills, Takuma decides to just play the part of his Lord Diablo character, making use of his high stats and vast knowledge of Cross Reverie's lore to lead Rem and Shera on an adventure to find a way to remove their slave collars, also helping them with their own personal issues that led them to summon him in the first place. Damn, that animation looked gorgeous. Unfortunately, the subject matter... I'm going to try to be respectful about this, but it looks a lot just like a typical gamer empowerment fantasy. Like, it looked kind of fan servicey and harem-y and self-insert yourself into this character that all the women are fawning over. Basically kind of the thing that I spent 22 minutes racking on in my Winter 2015 anime review, and that has me very scared. Also, the director and the studio involved are doing nothing to raise my confidence level. The director in particular, who's only done like 2 or 3 anime in the past, and all of them were rated in the 6s. I'm not going to be negative on this from the very start, because the trailer did look very well animated, so I will at least give this a neutral rating, but this show has a lot about it that has to go right before I will like it. Number 5, Muhyo and Roji's Bureau of Supernatural Investigation. Huh. Muhyo and Roji. That actually sounds vaguely similar to the names of my cats, Maya and Gigi. Maya, Gigi, have you been investigating any supernatural crimes? Like the mystery of where that red dot came from. Woo! Anyway, Muhyo and Roji's Bureau of Supernatural Investigation. Studio Dean. Director, Nobuhiro Kondo. Are you a victim of unwanted spirit possession? Is there a ghost you need sent up and away, or down to burn for all eternity? If the answer is yes, then you need Muhyo and Roji, experts in magic law. Serving justice to evil spirits is their specialty. The hype for this show is very split depending on which country you're coming from. Japan actually has it all the way up at number 2 on their most anticipated list, where in America it's all the way down at number 21. Just judging by the trailer, I am actually siding with the Japanese on this one. I'm reluctant to give it a high expectation rating because the director involved has done literal nothing in his entire career of worth note, but the trailer looked great. The characters look good, their interactions look fun, the mysteries look really enjoyable to solve, and the post-processing and all of the little details of the animation look really polished and just downright beautiful to look at. I very easily could get burned on this show for getting my expectations up, but it's alright, I'm willing to risk it. Count me excited for this one. Number 6, Angels of Death. Studio, JC Staff. Director, Kentaro Suzuki. Alright folks, here it is, the number 1 most anticipated show of the season over here stateside. Japan has it all the way down at number 14, so they fundamentally disagree with us, but, you know, we're Americans. We love our dark, gritty, gothic horror, people trying to kill each other shows with blood and gore. Yeah, America. The story of the show begins when 13-year-old Rachel awakens to find herself trapped in the basement of an abandoned building. Without any memories or even a clue as to where she could be, she wanders the building, lost and dizzy. In her search, she comes across a man covered in bandages. He introduces himself as Zack, and he wields a Grim Reaper-like sickle. A strange bond is stuck between them, strengthened by strange, crazy promises. These two, trapped in this strange building, don't know why fate has placed them there, but they will work together desperately to find a way out. Alright, so I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but I honestly didn't see a lot in this trailer that made me excited. Like, the biggest problem that I see with this is that I feel like it's just one of those shows that's going to be trying to be dark for the sake of being dark. Like, the tone seemed very deliberately unpleasant. And honestly, that's just not the kind of show that I like. While the animation does look good, this is very clearly from a studio that knows what they're doing. The director of the show also has very few credits to his name, so this one is like, I'm kind of buying into the hype, but I can also see where this can go very, very wrong, so I'll be a little bit more positive than negative, but there's definitely some stuff that has me concerned. Number 7, Hanebado. Studio, Linden Films. Director, Shinpei Ezaki. Ayano Hanesaki, a first-year student at Tonegawa Prefectural Kitakamachi High School, has a badminton ability able to surpass others effortlessly, yet she avoids playing the sport. She meets Nagisa Aragaki, a third-year student who practices day and night aiming to become the best player in Japan. Encouraged by coach Tachibana Kentaro, supported by club colleagues, and fired up by various rivals, the two engage in their youth and adored sport, so thrilling, like a shuttle flown at high speed. Look at that animation! Holy shit on a shit sandwich with recycled joke on top. I cannot believe how gorgeous this preview trailer looked. The camera motions, the way that it pans around, and this isn't just spectacle for the sake of spectacle. Like, this really pulled you into the feeling and the tension and the timing of the game. Holy crap, this looks amazing. Okay, I'm not gonna gush anymore, but seriously, the animation looks gorgeous. The plot summary, it's basically just a typical sports show, but I can tell that this director in the studio knows how to capture the feel and tension of a badminton match. Count me in. Hell yeah. Love this. Looking forward to it. Number 8, Granblue Studio, Zero G. Director, Shinji Takamatsu. Among the seaside town of Izu's ocean waves and rays of shining sun, Iori Kitahara is just beginning his freshman year at Izu University. As he moves into his uncle's scuba diving shop, Granblue, he eagerly anticipates his dream college life, filled with beautiful girls and good friends. But things don't go exactly according to plan. A group of rowdy, naked upperclassmen immediately coerce him into participating in their alcoholic activities. Though unwilling at first, Iori quickly gives in and becomes the heart and soul of the party. Unfortunately, this earns him the scorn of his cousin, Shisa Tonegawa, who walks in at precisely the wrong time. Undeterred, Iori still vows to realize his ideal college life. But will things go according to plan this time, or will his situation take yet another dive? Heh, get it? Dive? It's a show that involves scuba diving? I really want to be excited for this show because I really do like Shinji Takamatsu. He has some top-tier comedies on his resume that have brought me so much joy in the past. Specifically Cute High Earth Defense Club Love, which made my little Sailor Moon loving heart squeal with delight like I was 12 again. But unfortunately, this preview for Granblue looked a bit mediocre. The animation and character designs definitely looked like they were from a rookie studio that didn't really quite have the polish on them yet, and it had a lot of over-the-top characterizations, so this honestly doesn't look great, but I am going to give it a moderate rating solely because of the director involved. Hopefully I will at the very least laugh and be entertained. Number 9, Middle Manager Tonegawa. Studio, Madhouse. Director, Keiichiro Kawaguchi. Middle Manager Tonegawa is a spin-off of the Kaiji series, which follows Tonegawa, the right-hand man of Kazutaka Hyodo, the president of the Tei Corporation, and owner of numerous gambling tournaments. After Hyodo is getting bored with his life, he orders Tonegawa to organize a so-called Game of Death, as it is he and his subordinates' job to keep the president in a good mood. Tonegawa must cooperate with his subordinates in order to make the president happy, and what follows is a humorous story of his interactions with his subordinates and other characters of the Kaiji series. Usually every single Madhouse show automatically gets high expectations ratings from me because their style and directing and writing quality are always top-notch. And yes, this show definitely looks unique stylistically. Not a single other anime show this season looks like this, but this time we have Keiichiro Kawaguchi directing. He is the director of the god-awful Phantasy Star Online 2 and Jinsei, two of my most hated shows of 2016 and 2014. Expectations immediately dropped to zero. But, okay, I'm not going to get carried away. This is still Studio Madhouse. I am still willing to give them the benefit of the doubt and assume that Madhouse still knows what they're doing. I hope. So, yeah, I'm going to keep my expectations somewhere in the middle for this one. It could be great, could be bad, we'll see. Number 10, Holmes of Kyoto. Studio 7. Director Noriyoshi Sasaki. There is an antique shop in Kyoto's Teramachi Sanjo shopping district. High school girl Mashiro Aoi unexpectedly runs into Yagashira Kiyotaka, the son of the shop's owner, and ends up working part-time. Kiyotaka is called the Holmes at Teramachi Sanjo, and he and Aoi solve odd cases brought to them by various clients. So when I saw that this was an adaptation of a novel, I got super excited. But then as soon as I watched the preview trailer, my hopes were immediately dashed by the god-awful, ugly animation. Nobody moves! There's no variation in facial expressions. There's nothing dynamic. Everyone is just standing in the static position, talking and talking and talking, and maybe making an occasional pose. Ugh. And any look over at the studio and the director involved shows you immediately why it looks this bad. The studio has done nothing but a bunch of lowest common denominator, like 5-rated hentai. The director's only solo credits both have ratings in the 5s, and his best credit is being an episode director of Dramatical Murder, which I watched in 2014, and it was very, very one giant mess. So yeah, no, I am not excited for this show, and this is officially the first low expectation rating that I'm going to have on here. I am not looking forward to this. I'm not expecting it to be good. Number 11. Late Night Genius Bakabon. Studio, Pierrot Plus. Director, Toru Hosokawa. It is not even possible for a show to have this dichotomous of ratings between Japan and America. In America, almost nobody has even heard of this show. It is all the way down at the very bottom of the list, number 34. In Japan, wait for this, it is all the way at number 1. Yes, this is the most anticipated show of the season in Japan. And honestly, in my opinion, America, get your shit together. This show looks f***ing hilarious. This is an adaptation of a classic gag manga, which is the story of the misadventures of a dim-witted boy and his insane father. It looks like a really enjoyable dumb comedy, and I shun America for not being more interested in this. It looks freaking hilarious. A bit basic maybe, so I'll keep it in the moderate rating, but definitely looking hilarious. Can't wait to watch it. Number 12, High Score Girl. Studio, JC Staff. Director, Yoshiki Yamakawa. The year is 1991, and 6th grader Yaguchi Haro only has video games to live for. He's not popular in school, and he's neither handsome, funny, nice, nor even friendly. The only thing he has going for him is that he is very good at video games. One day at the local arcade, he plays Onno Akira, a fellow classmate, but who's popular, smart, pretty, and a rich girl that absolutely destroys him at Street Fighter 2. Not only does he lose to her 30 times in a row, he can't beat her at any game. Haro can't seem to shake Akira off, as she follows him from arcade to arcade every single day after school and beats him time after time. And as weird as it sounds, the odd couple begins a strange bond and friendship. Right in the nostalgia. This speaks to me. I was 6 years old in 1991. This is the exact age that I got my very first gaming system, a Super Nintendo. So do you think that maybe I might just be a little bit biased about this show? Why, yes. Yes, I am. And I am totally fine with that. Because one of the reasons why this show hit me in the nostalgia so well is because you can tell that the director himself has a very deep love for the 16-bit era of video gaming. So this is coming from a place of passion from the director, and almost always that means a show that really makes you feel part of the world, because the director understands what it's like to be there and do these things. So I am all in on this one. Take me on an adventure, Director Yamakawa. Show me what you have to say through this cute-looking nostalgic romance. Number 13. Island. Studio, Feel. Director, Keiichiro Kawaguchi. Urashima, an island far from the mainland. The people who live there lead carefree lives. But 5 years ago, the island's 3 great families suffered a series of misfortunes and succumbed to suspicion. The people of the island cut off all contact with the mainland and began a slow decline. The key to saving the island lies in the 3 girls who belong to the 3 families, but they are bound by old traditions and are conflicted. On that island, a lone man washes ashore. The man claims to be from the future, and he begins a solitary struggle to change the island's fate. So, a lot of people are excited for this show. I am not one of those people. Why? Director Keiichiro Kawaguchi. Yes, he is directing this show too, in addition to middle manager Tonegawa. And in case you missed that review, he directed 2 of my most hated shows of my prior anime derbies, Phantasy Star Online 2 and Jinsei. So yes, this trailer looked okay. It does look like it is trying to tell a serious story rather than like pandering to lowest common denominator anime cliches, but, the director. This show has a big uphill battle to prove to me that he knows what he's doing this time around, so I can't get my expectations too high. Number 14, Miss Caretaker... Miss Caretaker of Sunohara-sou. Studio, Silver Link. Director, Mirai Minato. Shina Aki is constantly being treated like a girl due to his feminine looks. So, he decides to move to Tokyo to attend middle school, in an attempt to find his manly side. However, what awaits him in his new home, Sunohara-sou, is the kind-hearted caretaker Sunohara Ariaki. Along with the 3 female members of Aki's new middle school student council, Yukimoto Yuzu, Yamanashi Sumire, and Kazami Yuri. And so begins Aki's new life in Tokyo, living with 4 girls. Why do you do this to me, anime? Only Japan, taking what sounds like a cute, innocent series about a kid growing up and turning it into booby booby boob boob. Like, just reading the plot description, this does sound like a cute show, and the character designs are very visually appealing. I like the soft aesthetic. Silverlink is a favorite studio of mine, but... this has so much potential to be bad, and so much potential to be kind of pedo-y pervy. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to put this down in the territory of I am very, very, very scared, but still maybe holding out hope. Number 15, Sirius the Jaeger. Studio, PA Works. Director, Masahiro Ando. The series takes place in the imperial capital of 1930. A group of people known as the Jaegers landed on Tokyo Station. They carry musical instrument cases, and they came to hunt vampires. A man named Yuli stood among them, with a striking serenity and an unusual aura. Known as a werewolf who had his home village destroyed by vampires, he and the Jaegers engage in battle against the mysterious holy ark known as the Ark of Sirius. What truth awaits them? I'm excited for a vampire show. Those are 6 words that I thought I would never hear come out of my mouth. But yes, I am excited for this show. Hell yeah! This show looks fucking gorgeous. The city looks gorgeous. The action animation looks gorgeous. The monsters just look delightfully grotesque without hitting that uncanny valley level of detail that a lot of low-budget horror shows can be. Also, the director and the studio have a ton of great credits. Seriously, there's not a single negative thing that I can say about this trailer. I can't wait to see this, even though it is definitely not my typical genre that I like.